It was dark. Everything felt dark and heavy at that time of my life. I wasn't the type of woman you'd want to befriend. I'm sure everyone in the town of Magdala was afraid of me. I almost can't stand to remember it. But if I did have to describe that time of my life in one word, it would be captivity. I wasn't physically locked up in a jail or caged like an animal at the market, but I was a slave to sin and fear and shame. Have you ever been there before? Facing every morning with unrelenting hopelessness. Because that's what I went through. But then, one day I met him, Jesus of Nazareth. I wasn't looking for him, but I wasn't the same since he found me. He changed me and drove away my tormentors, and I was free in every sense of the word. And so, from that point on, I wanted to be one of the many who learned from him. And when he asked me to be one of his followers, I barely paused before saying yes. I wasn't exactly sure how I could help. Really, what did I have to offer? So I just did whatever I could. And we followed him from Galilee all the way to Jerusalem. And along the way, he healed many broken people. And the way he taught about Yahweh, our God and Father, just drew me closer and closer to him. Such love, such compassion and grace. I can't thank him enough. But then, that one night, they took him. They blamed him, accused him, and mocked him. We were all so afraid and confused. They flogged him, and when they placed his robe back on his body, the blood dripped through his fabric, and they placed a crown of thorns on his head, and blood seeped down his face. His mother Mary and I were paralyzed with grief. We didn't understand it. And at that time, they began to drive nails into the palms of his hands, his loving and gentle hands. And they did the same to his feet. And then he hung there on that large wooden cross, bloody, blameless, and beaten. And you could tell with each breath he was getting weaker and weaker, and I too felt like I was breathless. Each breath was full of pain and sorrow. When our Lord, he breathed his last breath, and it was finished.